Hey, I'm really small. What's going on here? Hey, welcome in, my beautiful people, my beautiful flashers. This week on Flash Hour, we are back. We took a little hiatus as the team was in Mumbai. So Flash Hour was slightly deprecated just for a second, but we are back in action. We have a ton of things to go over. A lot of findings from the last 2 weeks, a lot of things that we've got done, a lot of things. So much good is coming. Have never I shouldn't say never. I should say I am extremely excited about the future of Flash Trade. So much so that a little bit here I had to go over with the founders what I could go over. So just to keep a lid on the excitement here. But as Flash Hour goes, we do go through. I will add this to the stage real quick. Pretty simple. We start off with a little monologue from your one and only janitor. And we move into State of the Trenches where we discuss, just so people can flow in and they don't miss out on a lot of things. We discuss just what's going on in the broader spectrum globally. And then we niche it down into what's going on with Solana, just to give you the latest news updates and things like that. Things that we find relevant to not only the trading space, but Flash and ecosystem partners, of course, as well. Now, as we go through this, sit down, enjoy a nice coffee as you listen to my soothing voice, and we will get into the very latest things. Something, little bit of housekeeping here. I wanted to go over some things. So, on Flash Trade, some people are having some difficulties finding our docs. Just real quick, docs are here. If you go up to where your wallet is connected, go ahead, drop the drop down, hit the docs tab or icon. You will find that our docs are very well laid out by yours truly. Go through docs. We have tons of things here. You get started is all about how to onboard onto Flash if you need to, mint FLP, SFLP, if you need to stake FAF or mint, or acquire some FAF. All kinds of helpful videos, and of course all the typical things that you'd want to find with documentation. Now, some updates here in the docs is Meteora. So recently we have our FLP one pool with JLP that we have on Meteora. We are looking to roll that out, get some liquidity so that we can um, essentially have Camino multiply and everything else rolled out here soon. Now, another housekeeping measure is claiming your FAF or burning your beasts. If you have not burned your beasts yet, it is imperative that we do that as soon as humanly possible, like today. Now, if you want to find out the claim website, go to our docs, just like I showed you. Type in claims in the upper right hand corner. Hit the very first, you'll see FAF claim for beast NFT holders. Scroll down, and you will get your link to the website where you can easily burn your beasts for your share of the FAF allocation. So that is that. One last thing is on the Flash Trade platform, something that we'll touch on a little bit more today. But as you can see here, the epoch is ending. We have 1 day left. So get all your trades in, get that VP up, climb the leaderboard, and oh, that's governance. Climb the leaderboard for Epoch 6 as Epoch 7 will be starting very soon. As you can see, lots and lots of traders this week. We do have some really good, if you hover over this, you can see we do have some very good DeFi integration VP points that I've gone through, as well as some LPing. Not too many referrals, although I do see this this address here. is killing it with the referrals for VP. So keep in mind, guys, that we do have a referral program. So you can actually earn VP and it will skyrocket you up the leaderboards if you do that. Now, if you do not have any FAF staked, do not worry. You can still participate in Flash Trade. All you have to do is go to our website, go to the token tab, and register. But you have to register. Okay. A lot of traders are on our platform. They are not registered. You might as well take part in the leaderboard process and the epoch rewards. All right, guys. Of course, if you do stake your FAP, you can earn that juicy, juicy revenue. All right. And we're going to bring on this week. Anas is out, but we do have the other co founder, Zaheib. So, Zaheib, how are we doing this week? You're up.
Hey everyone. Yeah, I think I was muted. But hey everyone, nice to join in. And yeah, thanks Max for the, the informative monologue and ringing the bells around the claim your FAF last couple days out there. So
Yeah.
yeah, and yeah, we've imprisoned Anas until Vito's out.
Yeah, V2 is on the way for sure. Just so everybody's funneling in, those who are here, if you don't mind, hit the like, hit the share button to get it out to as many folks as possible. As we really will be going over some pretty incredible things this week as we roll out V2. There are so many things on the horizon. I cannot stress enough. If you are a true flasher, share this out for us and let's get more people funneled into this live stream. Now, state of the trenches. Again, we're just going to go over some recent news and the macro events. One of the big ones I'll save for the next part. I'm sure a lot of people want us to talk about this, but Fed rate cuts expectations. Yeah, I mean, they're more than likely. It's got a 98.3% approval for the FOMC. So 25 bips. So what is it? Quarter cut again is what everybody's expecting. Poly Markets also has a pretty good bet on that if you're into that kind of thing, betting markets. So just wanted to bring that up first. And then the Trump dump. What happened? Sahib, I think you actually had some insight on this. We were all posting. I think we were actually I was up extremely late that particular event. What was your take on it?
Sorry, this mute thing is kind of me a bit, but yeah, a lot of speculations around a lot of possibilities, and then what all might have transpired. But yeah, at the end, it probably comes out to some sort of a political misunderstanding, and then political kickbacks happening all across the place, and then people the markets are over leveraged. At the end, it was all a bloodbath for alts, and yeah, we realized that having all of that high leverage on venues which are not publicly transparent
Yep.
is not such a great idea. And that's what we've learned, perhaps.
Yep.
And yeah, a good thing out of that is a lot of people learned a lot about ADL, and how and why order book design is not the best for high leverage. I mean, that's a win for asset-backed derivatives and Oracle-based derivative markets, but not gonna flex that thing in times like these. But it's important to understand that when you're levering up, it's important to understand the risks associated with the whole margin engine that goes behind powering your trade. So that's a shameless shill for the design itself, but
Yep.
overall it kind of puts traders into crosshairs every time that that they're dealing with extreme margin requirements and levering up on
Yeah.
assets that aren't really that liquid.
I was about to say I learned about one of the things that was a huge takeaway for me is order books with thin liquidity. Man, it can go south really, really fast, as we all saw. I watched across the board as centralized exchanges order books were absolutely decimated. You had price fluctuation everywhere. But the good part was kind of one of the silver linings for me, at least from like a technical standpoint and kind of looking across the ecosystem, is that what you just said was asset-backed, Oracle-based platforms actually held very steady throughout the entire event. A lot of traders actually pointed this out, how on their centralized order book, design platforms, they were completely washed out because the price fluctuation absolutely wicked down, got them, and shot right back up. So obviously, all their liquidations happened. Stop losses were not being hit even on centralized exchanges. So it's not just us. There were all kinds of different events that were happening.
Yeah.
And then there was all kinds of finger pointing, and you did this and you did this and everything else. Who really knows? One of the big things also is like, market makers take advantage of news events. I mean, we know this, guys. This is something that, tried and true. If there's one thing in crypto you can definitely count on, it's market makers taking full advantage of any sort of macro news events. And that's what happened. Centralized exchanges love this kind of thing to clear their order books. They need to, clear their order books somehow. And this is definitely a way that they manipulate the markets and get that done. Not saying that was done. I'm not pointing any fingers. I'm not saying any particular exchange did that, but we do know that this is something that has happened in the past. So, potentially
I mean,
happened now as well.
and well, in my opinion, they don't have to do anything. They can just benefit from the opportunity at hand, and then just blame the markets for it, which is what like you see transpire. But the other silver lining we get out of this whole fiasco is Solana holding up like never before,
Yeah.
proving
Wow.
itself, and that's just so reassuring to see that okay, people and builders who are sticking to this idea of continuing to build on mainnet, continue to support Solana and like retain composability. That was a big win. The
It
chain
was.
didn't flinch. All of the hundreds of millions of dollars in liquidations all across
Oof.
on all platforms, and like there's nothing you could have filled. Yes, there are a few priority fee spikes, maybe lasting minutes, but
Yeah.
overall, that was a great win for Solana. And yeah, really happy about how it all played out on the technical front. But yeah,
Yeah, technical front.
bad day for traders.
Specifically call out. Yeah. Very happy how it all played out on the technical front. It is extremely unfortunate, the event. And if you were hurt by it, honestly, there were so many people that were hurt by it. And of course, we're sorry for that. If you were caught out in a trade, on the wrong side of a trade, we've all been there. I specifically have definitely been there. Came out, wiser, stronger, was able to make it back. So just a good trading lesson. And I know there's a ton of influencers too, by the way, who were really caught out on the other side of that trade. As you could see across the timeline. Like I say, if you're on X, you are well aware of all these events. But moving on, we were, I would say that alt season was in full swing and was outperforming BTC. Dominance for BTC was definitely dropping like a rock. But now state of the affairs is dominance ticked back up. Altcoins, of course, are way down. So we were in like a little mini alt season, which I do expect will come back. We also, crypto markets did hit an all-time high of 4.2 trillion. 7.4. Here's a little bit of upside, right? A little bit of goodness. 7.4 trillion in money market funds may shift if the feds start cutting rates. So post cuts, money market funds will go risk on, hopefully. and that's $7.4 trillion in money sitting around that could be allocated to crypto. Obviously, they would take different routes for that. So some of those routes would be like the 21 shares and Van Eck for the SEC delayed their, what was it, their SPAC or whatever it is, the whatever the vehicle they're using, they delayed that to the 16th for Solana specifically. The CME launched Solana futures options today. So a lot of goodness on the horizon, and there's so many more too. There's DATs out there and all kinds of other things that are coming down the pipeline for this specifically, actually for the Solana ecosystem. So money will be pouring into Solana. Solana specific events as ecosystem entities addressed. Dealt with the largest liquidation event ever. So I was going to bring it up. Zaheib kind of preempted it, but that's okay. Solana handled this so well. It was insane. I just wanted to address that from a technical standpoint. There was not a blip, not a hiccup, nothing that happened on Solana. And this was the largest liquidation event in a single day that has ever happened in the crypto space. So thought that was also a silver lining. Umbra privacy. Ownership coin raised on MetaDAO. The reason I wanted to bring this up is because, of course, we utilize Futarchy for our governance, and I just wanted to highlight MetaDAO. If you don't know about the MetaDAO project, it is probably one of the most interesting governance projects, in my opinion. Of course, that's why we use it. But with Futarchy and everything else, with their kind of launch style that they do, they raised $155 million, doll hairs, which is pretty incredible. TVL hit an all-time high on Solana. So this is all Solana specific, $42.4 billion. We are definitely catching up to other ecosystems. Stablecoin supply peaked at 16 billion for the first time on Solana. And just a little shout out to Lula. I love Lula, by the way. So this is probably definitely heavily biased, but they surged past $100 million in deposits. They are a great platform. If you get the chance, I did include the X handle there to check them out when you have time. So that is the state of the trenches. Do you have anything else to add?
Not much else. Was nice catching up with crew and Cal and team from Umbra in Mumbai. Absolute chats and building a great product. Um, yeah, if you've got access to the mobile app, that's just crazy execution. So that's really nice work from the team. They deserve
Yeah.
every bit of support that they've seen with the launch with MetaDAO. But yeah, go to team. Really excited for privacy on Solana finally.
Yeah, seriously. And that is, am I wrong? Is that built on Arkham?
Yeah, they use Arkham's stack, and
Yeah.
that's just building or bringing privacy to production, because Arkham is more like an infrastructure provider,
Yes.
and
Yes. Of course.
these are like consumer apps that are being built over it. So yeah, exciting times ahead with privacy finally becoming mainstream.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that was one thing I had been waiting. I know this is totally tangent, personal thing for me is that I've been waiting for somebody to integrate Arkham, just because I know the project is absolutely goated. It's infrastructure, but now that we have a project that's like building it out, I'm like, oh man, this is exactly what we needed. All right. Well, I'm glad to hear. I didn't actually realize you guys got with the Umbra team. That's very cool to hear. That was something that I had missed. But by the way, I was not in Mumbai. That was the issue. I will be in Dubai, though, right? Or is it Abu Dhabi? Sorry, Abu Dhabi. So I will be there. So if you are there, come meet up with the janitor. But there's 146 of you in the live stream right now. If you can share this out so that we can get ourselves above 300, that would be amazing, because we do have a lot of juicy Flash news to cover today. All right, so just some housekeeping as well. In case you missed it, we did actually, we like to be transparent here. We go through our monthly report, or what we call our monthly review, which can always be checked out on our top ledger. Actually, we do have a top ledger website, which we keep up with very much so. We're actually very on top of it, making sure all of the information delivered to you so that we can stay transparent and everything is available. All the information that you could possibly want is available at your fingertips, but we also like to provide a monthly review. So this is available. We did post it out on X, just in a matter of expediency, since we do have a lot to get to. I will not go over most of this today, but again, this post is out on X and you can find it. I will try to find it later and post it below in a link so that way you can find it very quickly. Flash overview. So Camino borrow markets are in full effect. A video will be coming out today. Docs will be updated soon so that we can onboard you really quickly if you would like to borrow against your FLP1. So FLP1, I should have added that there, is the borrow market. You can supply FLP1 and you can withdraw in an asset of your choosing, USDC or anything else that you would like to borrow against. The total volume has reached, it's just barely below 16 or 17 billion. So 16.99 billion. Total revenue shared is, again, just below 200K, which is great. FLP1 has been outperforming again. And this massive dump, huge dump, right, that we just had, FLP1 still stays steady Eddie. Thanks to our design of FLP1. If you are an FLP1, you are super grateful. Your portfolio did not take a massive hit. And that index of FLP1 is actually performing extremely well. So I wanted to make sure that that is highlighted. This is the reason why some people will allocate a portion of their portfolio to LP providers on Flash to keep that, stability during market volatility. So anything to add here? You're on mute.
All right, again. Yeah, volume scaling really well. Revenue distribution, that's 200K in 6 months of the post TGE era. And I think that gets us, the revenue distribution being enabled post the first epoch. So we are looking at a very good figure for annualized revenue out there, like easily crossing 500K. That's a great validation of true utility for tokens. So props for people holding FAF.
Yeah, absolutely. We appreciate you. Oh, and by the way, just a little disclaimer, 60% of FAF is staked. Kind of crazy. What did we get done this week? Anas is there. This is what I typically do, but this is on you. What did we get done this week? Some of these are mine. I'll just take them real quick. Privy is fully integrated into the onboarding flow. If you have noticed, connecting your wallet looks a little bit different. That is because we are now using Privy. Privy is an awesome provider for Wallet Connect, where you can connect your socials and create a wallet. So that makes it just easier for the normal person to get onto Flash Trade. So that was something huge that came out. Rev share card. Actually, I'd really like to let me take a non-shilly approach / shilly approach to the is that up right now? Let's see. Yes. All right. Let's see. And then you can see here, connect again. Boom. It's that easy. We have our new like little pie chart here. It's pretty cool. I like it. Boom, you get to click it up. 35% supply is unstaked. 65 is staked. So I was actually wrong. It's 65, not 60. But then you can click and you can actually share what you have made with RevShare. So you can brag all across socials how much you have made on Flash Trade. And of course, we have all of our normal trade history. Don't look at my trade history. It's embarrassing. Down 9%. Yeah, this is mostly just testing stuff. So some of that stuff doesn't look juicy and good for most people. That's because I'm just constantly testing the platform out. But that is a really cool feature that we've added so that you can share it all across socials very easily. No more screenshots, and it's very pretty. We've improved. Actually, this is a huge one that I'd like you to take up, but it's improved the liquidation triggers, all that good stuff.
Yeah, so one of the major improvements there was finally getting zero slot delivery sorted. Transaction delivery has been the most troublesome part of actually executing all of the orders on chain. So we have had massive improvements with our PC providers, and also dedicated transaction delivery partners, which include Astralane for one. So we've got to kind of improve our own sorting and the algorithms to identify positions which are hitting their take profit, stop losses, limit orders, and including liquidations as well. So we have now reached a state where the moment we identify a position that needs to be triggered for any of the following operations, it ends up landing with zero slot latency. So it's like within 100 to 200 milliseconds, we have the order going and executing. And also kind of cutting down on retry costs. So we've cut down failed transaction attempts, which is troublesome. And the other part that we kind of ended up having trouble with was the read layer. Now that the writes and kind of transaction sending services are so fast, the read layer is lagging behind, and that's a problem that we share universally with all of our fellow builders on Solana. So now the efforts shift towards improving the UX and serving more updated data, or kind of being a nitpick with how the data is served on the UI. And yeah, we've made good progress on that front as well. Maybe a few instances of people seeing stale positions, even if they hit the take profit or stop loss or even got liquidated. We ended up having those up because of a broken read layer. No fault of Solana, but yeah, it's a combined effort to improvise once we have the other execution things covered. So yeah, still ongoing work with chewing glass. And yeah, I think the read layer latency is what's troubling us the most right now.
Yeah, definitely. I think a hurdle for everybody in the space. Matter of fact, some pretty prominent developers have called that out here recently, actually. Fixed a lot of bugs on the platform that helped with performance. So we do have our developers, of course. On top of this, we are constantly crushing bugs and improving performance. I'm sure if you use a platform daily or mobile daily, you have seen a significant increase in overall performance since that has been our focus recently. With Margin Engine V2 coming out, we want the platform to be smooth as butter. And that is what we are working towards. Now, the team was in Mumbai. That is something that we also got done this week, I suppose, or last week, and the previous week after that, or before that. So why don't we speak a little bit onto what, not necessarily what is to come, but what we got done in Mumbai, takeaways from the conference and everything else.
For sure. Like it was last week. Just last Monday was Apex, and a couple days before was Only Devs, and a lot of good quality developers all coming together, discussing technical issues and solutions and sharing insights. And yeah, one of the teams that happened to kind of be there, and we had a great time together. It was Magic Blocks, obviously, and Gabriel from Magic Blocks in particular was there. So we spent most of the time kind of ideating around the potential implementations that we've been working on for so long, and a few important features coming up from their end, which include magic actions, and this uh, atomic composability between ephemeral rollups and the mainnet states, and kind of retaining all liquidity, retaining all of our current integrations while
Hmm.
moving trades and pricing engine to the ephemeral rollup. That was like one of the best takeaways that we had from Mumbai. And we're potentially having a team on site with the Magic Blocks team soon, to kind of finally get a working POC and a beta for people to try out. And
Yep.
yeah, one of the biggest troubles have been to navigate the transaction size limits, and there's so many runtime limits actually, and transaction size is just the most trivial, but there are so many more that we got to be careful about. And that's where we kind of spent most of the time in Mumbai for, alongside meeting and catching up with fellow builders, working on a lot of solutions, including improvisations to the Anza client, the Agave and Alpenglow coming up. So there are a lot of things around XDP, and improvement to transaction ingress, and recently the 100K ingress that we handled without a nudge was like uh, a predicament of the efforts that are being put into fixing the read layer as well. So a lot of good stuff that came out of Mumbai, alongside our fellow builders, and shout out to everyone who made it there.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a very successful event for Flash Trade. We had so many milestones that were reached, and I think future milestones for sure. Just a few things to go over here. So 24/5 stocks, major indices, and metals. We are actually working this out right now with Pyth. Am I correct on that? That
That's right.
yeah, that I just saw that update. So thank you to one of our closest partners, Pyth, for being so on top of price feeds. We obviously are Oracle based, so that being Oracle's or Pyth's main wheelhouse, we really do appreciate that. What stocks were coming online? I can double check if you don't know right offhand.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things that Pitt's helping us with is to kind of find the right pricing infrastructure, or build the infrastructure which powers the pricing engine. And one of the things was we wanted to have 24/5 stocks for a very long time now, since we support commodities, metals and oil in particular, and forex trades on Pool 2. This is an asset class that's highly in demand. And I think the recent push towards X stocks, or Remora's R stocks,
Hmm.
have been quite well accepted in the community, but haven't
Yeah.
found a lot of traction. That is because of the limitations that you have with spot. You are limited to the on-chain liquidity. So
Yep.
even if you're trying to hoard up, let's say, a 10 grand or 20 grand position
Yeah, you're
on
gonna get
one of
murdered.
those, you're gonna see significantly worse slippage.
Yeah.
That's because these $1 trillion assets in real world become a long tail asset on chain. That is the trouble. So our efforts with Pit were oriented towards having the most robust pricing engine that's possible for stocks. But what do you do when you're out of luck with the market timings, right? So
Hmm.
that's where I think
It's true.
Pit did a great job coming up with four category of feeds. One is the traditional market feed for a stock, and then they have post market, overnight, and pre market feeds coming up,
Yep.
or they already have it live for some of these assets for us to test, and that's
Hmm.
that's promising a great experience for traders. You can trade 24/5 stocks, maybe with edited margin requirements across the time of the day you trade, but being able to carry a trade over a 24-hour period is super nice. So that's something we are working heavily on. Now that we have got the price beats covered, we need to build the right margin requirement, or proper margin engine, which is margin engine V2
Yep.
bringing it all together. Like it's about
It does.
supporting these tokens, supporting virtual assets, supporting cross-collateralized positions on traditional crypto tokens, which are not on chain. Maybe like you could talk of Ripple. And on that front, we also had great news from Wormhole. They bought Hype, or they natively bridged Hype from Hypercore to Solana. So that's a
Mhm.
great add-on for people who are looking to allocate to these variety of assets. And now with V2, we're going to have all of them in, and good quality tokens for those. And with those, like one of the things with metals was our effort to tokenize gold. Everyone has seen the face melting run that gold has had,
Yes.
and
It's
trading gold
insane, actually.
on FLP2, gold and silver both. The pool is unable to retain exposure, right? You have just a stable coin, the USDC, and there's been a lot of talk around yield bearing stable coins as well, which haven't seen a lot of traction yet. But with Pool 2, our idea is to have these talks and like plan potential backing with tokenized stocks, with Remora or X stocks from Bagged, and have tokenized gold, looking at Paxos Gold,
Yeah.
Tether Gold,
100%.
alongside Oro. Oro Gold recently launched
Yep.
their tokenized version of gold, and it's about selecting the best possible asset, which kind of offers the best redemption value. And that's
Of
what
course.
we're considering right now, looking at all of those options to strengthen LP performance on Pool 2. So with margin engine V2, these are the immediate benefits that we'll have being rolled out. So yeah, that's where we are with what's coming up. And that's just the first thing. And then trigger
Yep.
orders using charts, which is going to be a pretty nice addition, which a lot of people would love, because right now the whole setting up a take profit, setting up a stop loss feels so mundane. Like you've got to click on certain places which you might even not feel intuitive about, and moving them
Yep.
all to the chart. Just click and drop, and then you can set up a take profit or stop loss and kind of better manage your position risks. So that's a great add-on. Shout out to the team to kind of get it across the line, because it's so many things matching up all together. The chart, a trading view, and Pyth being the provider, and then us having these things up. So a
Yeah.
very nice experience on desktop. Mobile, I guess you'll have to wait for a little bit more.
Yeah, mobile will be a little bit longer, but yeah, the trigger order using charts is really cool, because if you want to set a stop loss, you literally just click where you want your stop loss, and you can trigger that stop loss in that exact position. Super cool. Take profit as well. Very, very, very cool. You'll also be able to, if I'm wrong, you'll be able to open positions as well, right?
Yep, that's the idea.
Yeah. So you can all three of those, kind of like the opening part, and of course closing it will still be the same. You just click the X on your open position and then close the position. So that will still all function the exact same, but it'll be a really, in my opinion, I mean, a massive UI UX improvement. I'm excited for it because I know I trade as well. Huge facelift for mobile UI. If you were here a few weeks ago, I think it was 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, we actually did do a little sneak peek, probably in the short clips. I will show that sneak peek here. So, ta-da! Whenever that clip comes out later on, we do produce little short clips off of Flash Hour. So the mobile UI is going to get a pretty big facelift. That is also coming out here shortly. All of this is really synergistically coming together. If you can kind of see, if you can look ahead, right? Because this is what's coming. We have Margin Engine V2, mobile UI getting an upgrade, trading, what is it? Trigger orders on the charts. We have all of these UI UX improvements, performance improvements. Everything is really coming together. We're bringing stocks on. We're bringing indices on. We're bringing metals on. This is really culminating towards a crescendo here, where we will have the preeminent exchange on Solana when it comes to Oracle-based asset-backed trading platforms. So USDC-based collateral for positions. What does that mean for the layman out there? Why is that important? What's the benefit?
Well, one of the primary requirements for V2 was cross-collateralization, and I think as people have seen, in recent times, the concept of ADL pop up, automatic deleveraging. One of our biggest troubles right now is handling user collateral, which is in the same token, or which is in a corresponding token is what you trade. So shorts obviously going to be having the collateral in USDC. But for longs, you are collateralized by the matching token. Let's say if you're longing
Yep.
Sol, your collateral is held in Jito Sol, which is like almost, or it's autocorrelated. It's
Yeah,
gonna follow the price action for Sol.
of
So when
course.
you're longing and the price goes against you, you're losing out on collateral as well, and that was one of the biggest thing. Yeah, your liquidation price gets closer and closer
Mhm.
because your collateral is losing value.
Of
Now,
course.
it seems trivial to kind of just move over and allow USDC to be locked in, but then that calls for so many more cases where your position is asset backed, in as many cases as possible. So you're backing, your position with Jito Sol, and then when your Sol long closes, the pool should always have enough assets locked up to cover your profits, right?
Yes.
Which is what prevents ADL all across the board. We never had any position hit ADL just because of this fact, irrespective of volatility, irrespective of aggressive price action in the market.
Which is
You could always
huge.
walk away with your profits, which is
Yep.
a big deal. But
Huge
with
deal.
margin engine V2, what's coming is cross collateralization, right? When you have a SUI long, for instance, or a BNB long backed by Sol. Now, that's not perfect correlation in any form. You do try to have these cross correlated, but then you never know the kind of run up BNB has had. That would be such a great addition to the pools, um, you know, pools distribution, but you don't have quality BNB tokenized on Solana. Max, I think we lost you for a bit.
All right.
Yeah,
And then lastly, for the USDC collateral positions, again, what is this going to stabilize and what is this going to improve for the user?
two things. One, your liquidation prices would be a lot more stabilized, and then because that's not going to be affected by price action on your collateral, so your longs would have a lot better margin run up and a lower liquidation price for your longs. Immediate benefit. It's a cool thing for users. But on the other hand, this opens up the window to have a funding mechanism added on top of the current margin system that we have now.
Mm,
This doesn't seem to be a great deal for a lot of traders right now because all of our UI is skewed towards long, and then they're paying a margin fee, which is a fixed fee charged over time. We're
yeah.
looking to move that over to a funding fee, which gives a payout to people trying to create a balanced OI for the pool. Now, for
Yes.
LPs, this means less risk in terms of exposure to a skewed side of a trade. Not everyone is going to be longing against the pool. Now, people would have incentive to
Yeah.
come
Oh,
and
yeah.
take the opposite end. So that is where like standardizing collaterals just helps us with such a better design in terms of all of these additional features.
Yeah.
And this marks the foundational change with V2 that we're going to come out with. And this is the thing, and a big thing for V2 is that we're closing out on the code reviews, and we should be rolling out DevNet for the team to test out and progress towards a final rollout in this week. This is what we've been pushing for, and the idea for us is to make sure we have backwards compatibility, which is the only thing for us left for the whole rollout process to be planned. and I think that is where all of the team is putting their hands down on, and that's what we're pushing for this coming week. And the epoch and also kind of coincides. I think it's Wednesday. It's going to be the day after, and that would be the day where we have the 6 months window for Beast to burn and collect their tokens. So
Yep.
everything kind of coming in together, and a lot of exciting listings as well with 2Z in the past, and a few more tokens coming up. So that's the whole plan for V2 rollout as well as future updates in Flash.
Yeah, 2Z. I totally forgot about that. That's a drop. I dropped the ball on that one for sure. So we did list 2Z right off the bat. That was a huge listing as well. So congrats to the team, and well done on the fly. That's always fun to do right at the last minute, trying to get everything aligned and working well. Yeah, 2Z, of course, is on the Flash trade platform. So you can go check that out now. If you are enjoying the live stream, go ahead and like and share this out so that others can get the additional info that we're about to drop, because the next segment here is going to be pretty juicy. Now, Margin Engine V2 is coming, or I should say is here. We just really need to get it tested, internally, and then obviously make sure all the, what is it? T's are crossed and I's are dotted, or the other way around, and then get it across the finish line. So, but there is one thing, since we've belabored the point on V2, one thing I wanted to address, which we talked about before going live, which was a little magic being added to the platform. You want to address what was discussed in Mumbai, and I know you touched on it briefly, but if you want to just add a little bit of context to that and share a little bit more as to what is coming with Magic Blocks.
For sure. I mean, we've been waiting for this for so long, and I think I've also already mentioned the recent changes from or recent features that were launched on the infra side from Magic Blocks was Magic Actions, which kind of allow you to combine a mainnet transaction or a prop transaction alongside commits and undelegate requests coming from the ER. So touching down upon one of the biggest points that a lot of people overlook is the idea of an ephemeral rollup, right? Where ephemeral rollups are these specialized runtimes which are directly connected to mainnet, right? You're not creating a parallel SVM. It's not a technical rollup in its pure sense. It is more or less like a specialized runtime environment. You're not moving state away from mainnet, which is one of the biggest benefits. If you're building a parallel SVM, a lot of respect for other builders in the space, including Bullet and Bulk Trade, kind of working on similar models. But our bet as our product team is to maximize gains from mainnet itself, like from the production layer. Like if Solana gets better, engineers at Anza, engineers at Firenze, engineers at Jito, all of these people kind of really working hard to kind of further the cause. If you're building a parallel SVM, you better get engineers which can outperform them or be better, which is the whole idea. Okay, if you're trying to get better at the things that Anza does, it's an uphill battle. For us, the idea was how can we position ourselves in such a way that we benefit the most from all of these runtime improvements with Alpenglow coming up, BAM,
Exactly.
and all of the other stuff that we have in the pipeline, is by making sure that our state remains composable on mainnet. So ephemeral rollups are a way out because they help us maintain the state on mainnet, and like if ever the need arises, you can just ditch the whole idea of running this parallel specialized environment called the ephemeral rollup and return to mainnet, get all of the benefits that do exist in the native runtime and benefit from it. We've seen a lot of recent upticks in terms of interest with Pinocchio and the SPPF, where you're able to kind of use your own set of binaries to optimize for performance. That's a great step forward, and being able to benefit from it is the biggest thing which you can bet on. And ephemeral rollups, having this ability to delegate stake via an on-chain program, is a great win for that. And shout out to the guys at Magic Blocks to kind of they've been building this for so long, starting from the Unity SDK back in the day that helped propel gaming on Solana a lot further, including efforts on testing, and even solutions like Light SVM. Back in the day, it was Lucid, which was one of their products from a team members. I think it was Torsten. There's so much that Magic Blocks team has done over the time, that we benefit from today. And ephemeral rollups haven't got the recognition yet. The idea is maintaining composability, maintaining liquidity and integrations on mainnet while having this specialized environment do the heavier tasks for you, which is margining, pricing, and all of the compute heavy tasks being delegated. And the moment you want all of them to be returned, you can have the state undelegated in a trustless environment, and then just be back on mainnet as if nothing ever happened. And that's a superpower to have, given Anza is constantly pushing for updates, and that's how we
Yeah.
position Flash. So that's where we've been putting our efforts in making sure we remain composable, we remain atomic. We have all of the states designed in such a way that we have, or we are able to take benefit from the ER, and then have the state retained, and all of our FLP integrations kind of retain the way they are right now. So without
Yes.
fragmenting liquidity, you're able to benefit from this specialized environment which supports high computational operations. And that's the biggest
Let me
thing we've been able to guarantee.
let me break this down real quick just for the users. So for those that are here, the 237 watchers, viewers, flashers, we really appreciate it. Thank you so much. But with what we're getting at here is essentially the UI on Flash Trade will operate exactly the same, just it will be exponentially faster, and transactions will land better. Fees will be reduced. Am I correct on the fees will be reduced? I think I've brought this up with Rashid. It actually will. Maybe not. It won't half the fees, but it'll definitely cut transactions costs by quite a bit. So that is also something. These are tangible things that you can see. The UI will be blazingly fast, just because of the 50 millisecond block times. And the other thing that he's saying here is that what we're trying to do is get that parallel ephemeral rollup that will run with mainnet, so that we get all the benefits of mainnet. So as mainnet improves, so will our side as well. Instead of being a dedicated L2 that does not improve based off of mainnet, our solution, right, with Magic Blocks will. So all of those juicy upgrades will actually benefit us. We can take advantage of them. So this is how the UI UX, this will literally feel like a sex. Not a joke. It's not like some marketing gimmick. It will actually feel like a sex, where you can get in and out of trades. You're not so much relying on slippage and transactions failing, although the potential is still there. That's still there on centralized exchanges. But the goal is to get as close as possible to the sex feel that everybody loves in a decentralized environment, right? This would be groundbreaking. I'm not quite aware, or I'm not quite sure that people understand the gravity of that kind of integration. It would be absolutely massive. And the fact that we are able to keep composability, which basically all that really boils down to, is that this same experience that you are having right now with our integrated partners will stay exactly the same. That is massive. Anyway, mic drop. Take it away.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much summing it up in the best way possible. And yeah, shout out to Mags as well to kind of nail some bugs on the performance side. So yeah, that's what the janitor has been doing behind the scenes. I think we lost you for a bit, Mags.
Oh, sorry. See, this is what happens when I have a little 5-year-old. She came in and she handed me one of her little dolls and was saying that she wanted me to create a button. So I was like, I was trying to mute and unmute myself. But yes, so yeah, I appreciate the call out. I'm an absolutely terrible software engineer / vibe coder. I was able to help out on that side a little bit, but my main concern will be growth from here out. We are definitely the engineers on our side we are in great hands. Frost is absolutely goaded, and he is crushing those bugs as we speak. Actually, just a little here. Trade wars tomorrow, head to head. All right, we've got a great lineup. Trade wars, same exact time as flash hour. So we want to make sure that we have as many people as possible on trade wars, as it is one of our most entertaining events from the janitor. In my if you've seen my announcement, it's my announcement suit that I get into for trade wars. Basically, how Trade Wars goes is it is a hyper entertaining show that runs about an hour, 4 p.m. UTC, same exact time as Flash Hour. Just to repeat myself, $100 funded wallet, 15 minutes to trade on Degen Mode with Sol, BTC, ETH from 125x to 500x. And if you make more than $100 that we gave you, it's all yours. And if you lose a little bit of that, which we still have not had a winner yet on Trade Wars, of course we bear the loss. So it is extremely fun, extremely entertaining, and I have a lot of fun doing it. If you are interested and you are part of the Flash Trade community, of course, reach out to us in Discord in our community. We will see if you are a FAF staker, of course, and your level on Discord. So those will be prioritized. If you are a FAF staker, we would love to have you on Trade Wars going forward. So reach out to Mighty Mags on Discord, and I will get you into the flow of trade wars and all things that we do over here. And those who participated in trade wars, might just get early access to some things. You might get a little alpha group going. So if you spare a little bit of your time to have a little bit of fun on our dime, you might get some other benefits down the line, might get prioritized. And if you are a top staker of FAF, that might be some other incentives too down the line for some alpha groups, so you can get some early looks. We already have our Chad beasts in there as well. Those are some OGs. That tag is no longer available on Discord, but we do have that Chad chat with all of those users as well. Anything else to add here, Zaheib, that is burning? Oh, one last statement. Just if you came in late, FAF, claim, and burn your beasts. Do not forget to burn your beasts for your portion of the FAF allocation, as that will be ending. Is that on the 15th? Was that, or what was the cutoff date? I forgot. Forgive me.
It is the 15th, 12 p.m. UTC on the 15th of October,
Okay.
which is Wednesday. And
Yep.
Wednesday, 12 p.m. UTC is when the deadline kind of hits. Post that, there will be no FAF for Beast, and then yeah, we might just go around and um, decide with a few topic what needs to be done, but that's
Yeah.
for another day. For now, this is the deadline for all of the beast holders. I think there's still around 70 million, if not more, of FAF, 70 million FAF tokens remaining to be collected. So
Yes, there are.
we've got 48 hours or probably lesser. So act in time.
Yes, absolutely. Act with swiftness, please. If you, I know, if you know somebody who has a beast, right, and they've been holding it for a long time, please reach out to them. If you can, share these posts out so that others can be made aware of it, so that they can claim their allocation of BAF from their beast holdings. A lot of people stepped away from the space. I realized during kind of like the lull, I would say, in the crypto market. So some people were still not made aware that they were able to actually burn their beasts for their allocation of FAF. So go ahead and do that right now. The link is in the docs under FAF claim for beast NFT holders. So it's pretty easy to find. That is under the tokenomics tab. We had gone over that earlier. The last portion, I will bid you adieu, Zaheib. I know you've got some important things to do. I'm just going to do my outro, and I appreciate you stepping in for Nos, of course. I know you're here every week, but this was probably highly informative, and I'm sure the audience really appreciated it. Any parting words for us?
Thanks for having me, and yeah, thanks for joining in for everyone who's made it here.
Yeah. All right. We'll see you next week, Zaheib, on Flash Hour. I'll bid you adieu. All right. So gonna remove this just to close out here. Flash Trade platform, we do have the 2Z market available for you. I'm on the 4-hour time frame. Oops. I was actually looking at 2Z myself. We had a massive dump with a really good rally, actually. So that was a good one there. And then, of course, we do have our markets over here. These are improving more and more. You can quick deposit. You can discover more. You can look at performance. You can look at cumulative fees. You can also get into your SFLP. You also have, if you would like, if you're not a FAF staker, you can register. You can still participate in the epoch. One thing I wanted to stress about the end of the epoch is that it is time weighted. So the earlier you get in, i.e., Epoch 7 start date, stake your FAF and or register on the platform, you can benefit from the time-weighted portion of your activity on the Flash Trade platform. So go ahead and register if you are not staking any FAF. If you are staking FAF, of course, you will benefit from the trading discounts. You will get every 6 hours, you will get rev share. And then at the end of the epoch, your VP will go much further, of course. And that is all in our docs as well. Wait a minute. Hey. Okay, it is showing. So all this to culminate is Flash is really coming together. We are pushing extremely hard to be the preeminent perps exchange on Solana. As you can see, if you have stuck around and you viewed the entire portion of Flash Hour, we really have a lot of things coming. And if you are excited about Flash Trade, please like, share, and follow. And stick with us through this. We have a lot of announcements coming: indices, stocks, metals, Margin Engine V2, Magic Block integrations, and all kinds of other ecosystem partners that will be coming up here down the line. As always, thank you for tuning in to Flash Hour. And of course, like always, traders, I'll see you in the markets.